What is going on, you beautiful souls? If you're watching this, I want you to know whatever you're feeling right now, whatever you're going through, it will pass and you will get through this. So, when you're going through a breakup, how many times have you heard this? How many times have you heard someone say, "Oh, just let it go. You just need to let it go. Oh, just let it go." And you're like, "I'm trying. I'm really trying to let it go." And it's difficult. And I know it's difficult. And one of the biggest things I've learned to do when trying to truly let go of someone is you got to feel it. You got to feel it to heal it. And how do you do this? And I developed something called focus on the feeling, not the person. So just take time out of your day. Take time maybe when you get home or when you have some free time to just sit down and just truly feel what you're feeling without focusing on the person, reminiscing on memories or any of that stuff. Just really focus on what you're feeling. Maybe put your hands in your heart. Put your hands in your heart and just sit there for a minute. Just take a deep breath. Take a few deep breaths. Take as many deep breaths as you need. And just feel that energy in your heart. Feel what you're feeling. Process what you're feeling. Just truly observe it. And when you're done, write it down. Write down everything you're feeling and why you're feeling it. And as you start to uncover why you're feeling these emotions, you can start to make reasoning out of everything. And it'll just truly help you let go. Because one of the reasons it's so hard to let go of someone is because we've created so much meaning behind the person and we've created importance to that meaning. So you're with someone, oh, you love them so much, all of a sudden it ends, and it's like, oh, I don't want to love anyone else, because you've created all this meaning, and you've created all this importance to the meaning. So you really have to look at that. What is the real meaning behind why you're upset? Because if you're truly struggling, a lot of the times, the relationships we struggle with the most were the people that were the worst for us, people that weren't good for us. And it all comes down to just an inner child wound, feeling some sort of shame, and they brought out that shame wound in you, and it's like you were fighting for that love of your parents. They're not your parents. They're just a person. And if they're a person that didn't treat you good, easier said than done, but you have to look at the positives. You have to have optimism. Pretend you're in a movie. Pretend you're in a movie. You know what's like in movies, like someone gets broken up with, and also like it's a new scene, and you don't even like really see them like going through the emotions or the process or anything. It's like all of a sudden it's a new scene. It's something different. It's something better. Just pretend it's like this is a new scene. This is a new scene in your life. Your life's a movie. You just started a new scene, and now you can create whatever scene you want. You can create whatever vision you want. And it's kind of like, for example, do any of you, have you ever had like a T-shirt you don't wear anymore? You never really wear it. It's in your dresser drawer, but at one point you did wear it a lot, and you had a lot of good memories in that T-shirt. And you say someday I'm going to wear it again, so I just keep it. But now it's been in your drawer for how many years? We do that with energetic connections, energetic cords. We hold on to that energy because we still let it have meaning to us when that that person you're no longer with, that you're still holding on to that energy, that was an old version of you that attracted that person. You are now a new version. You are now growing into an even better version of yourself, a stronger version of yourself, a more confident version of yourself. So as you start to let go of this old energy, this old connections, you bring in new energy and new connections that are even better for you. And I challenge you today, if you are one of these people that you have one of those shirts that are sitting in your dresser that you haven't worn forever, just practice throwing it away. I've started doing this. I've started just going around my house and just looking for things I don't use or don't use anymore and just throwing it away, getting rid of it, and just practicing, just letting go of things, letting go of everyday things. Because we can hoard things, we can also be emotional hoarders. And you don't want to be an emotional hoarder. You need to process, you need to feel to heal, you need to accept everything you're going through. But it's not good to hold on for too long. And it's easier said than done, and I get that. Another reason it can be hard to let go is because you're putting so much pressure on yourself to let go. And I get it. You're in pain, you're struggling, you don't want to feel like this anymore. This person maybe took up enough of your time, took up enough of your life. They've hurt you a lot in the past. And now you're hurting now and you just want to move on and be done. And I get it. And you can put a lot of pressure on yourself. I remember I went through a relationship. I was in a relationship that ended badly. It was one of the hardest breakups I ever went through. And I put so much pressure on myself to get over it, and because I put so much pressure on myself, I was creating so much resistance that I couldn't get over it. And then a different breakup I went through hurt just as bad, but when it happened, I said, you know what? I'm not gonna put any pressure on myself to get over this. I'm gonna let this take as long as it takes. If I don't date for a year, if I'm sad for a year, whatever, let it. I don't care. I'm not putting pressure on myself to let go. And because I did that, I got over that breakup quicker than any other breakup I had ever gotten over. That, and there are a few other things I did. I created new meaning. I created reasons to enjoy life that didn't involve another person. One of the things I did is I started kickboxing. And if there's anything you've been wanting to do, like now is the time to do it. Now's the time. Maybe you want to learn painting. Maybe you want to learn photography. Maybe you want to any new skill you want to learn. Now is the time. Because what was great was uh, doing kickboxing. So I go to kickboxing and I was getting all my feelings, all my anger, all my aggression, but I was also learning a skill at the same time. And it's like I was creating all this new meaning, and then I was hanging out with friends more. I was hanging out with family more. I was just creating all this new meaning and all these reasons to be happy, and not even need anyone to be happy. So another thing you can do: write down on a piece of paper all the reasons you miss this person. And the crazy thing is, especially if it was a toxic relationship, you don't even know why you missed the person. It was just, and the biggest thing is that, and this happens with toxic people. They can really love bomb you and make you feel really great in the beginning, and then it's like the best you've ever felt, and then they just completely take it away, and then that releases a bunch of cortisol in your body. So now your body's just like it wants that feeling of validation so bad again. It wants feelings of validation. You may have never been a person who needed validation before like that, but all of a sudden because it was taken away so suddenly, now you need all this validation, you need all this feeling again. And then they'll give you little breadcrumbs, and it's like you get these little dopamine hits, these little dopamine highs. You're literally addicted to a drug. So you have to remember, especially if it was a trauma bond or you're getting out of a toxic relationship, you are going through withdrawals. That is why you feel so crazy. You probably feel crazier now than you've ever been. You're uncomfortable in your own skin. You sit down, you can't sit down. You start doing something, you just, no matter what you do, you feel uncomfortable. And that is because you are going through withdrawals. But like any withdrawal, the withdrawals will pass. And your heart is feeling pain. Another way to ease the pain when your heart's feeling pain is to work out, because you're creating a good pain, and your body can only focus on one pain at a time. So instead of focusing on the pain of the heart, it's focusing on the pain in your muscles. And it's also releasing endorphins, and you're feeling good about yourself. You're going to start looking better, feeling better, working out. Another huge one. So in a way, you almost have to picture yourself like cutting this energetic cord you have right now. Because right now, maybe you don't even realize this. It's like you and this person. It's like there's an energetic cord connecting you two. That's obviously invisible, but it's there. And I would actually visualize myself, visualize this cord, visualize this cord. And I would just visualize myself like just cutting that cord. Just like I just sit down on a chair, and I would just picture that cord in my mind, connected to that person. And then I would just take a scissors. I was taking scissors and I was just cutting it. And then I would just feel the relief of like that of cutting it, and like all my energy coming back into my own body, feeling safe in my own body, feeling safe in my frame. And this is something you can do, and it's gonna help relieve. And I'd like to say doing all these things are gonna give you instant relief, but like anything, healing is a process. Healing takes time. All these things will help because like I said, the hardest break I've ever went through, I didn't want to feel anything. I just kept myself busy. Was I creating new meaning? Yeah, I was keeping myself busy. I was doing all these projects, but I wasn't feeling. So you can do all these things to distract yourself, keep you busy. But if you're not letting yourself heal, letting yourself feel and processing the emotions, all you're doing is just distracting yourself. So stay busy, have hobbies, do the things you love to do and create new meaning, but you need to feel. And it's not like you can just do one or the other. You need to do both because you can feel all you want, but if you're not creating new meaning, you just keep feeling. Then you're just dwelling. You're just dwelling on the problem. And right now is the perfect time to slingshot your growth. Because when you're in pain, you are more motivated now to not feel in pain. So you're more motivated now to do everything you can do to get out of this pain, to get out of this feeling. And by just doing things you love, accelerating your growth, accelerating your mindset, is becoming a better version of yourself. You have the potential to advance your life, but could take years in a matter of months because you're so motivated. You have more time now than you ever have. You have more drive now than you ever have because you don't want to feel this pain. And as you do these things and you stop feeling pain, it's just gonna accelerate you and drive you to keep doing more and more to get away from the pain. And the acceleration, the slingshot effect you could have on your life right now, the potential you have right now. So don't forget that right now, even though you're going through pain, you're going through hurt and heartache, you have more potential now than you ever have in your life. And don't forget that. You will get through this. You will move on. I believe in you. I'm Brandon, and I take people from breakups to breakthroughs.